to our micro lesson. This week we are featuring Candy Week at Hello Online School. That's why our lesson today is about different tastes that we can enjoy when we eat. Yay! Is it funny? So here we go. Number 1, savory. Savory. It is something not sweet. For example, lasagna is savory or salad is savory. Number 2, stale. Stale is when something is not fresh. So it's dry or hardened. So, for example, meat can go stale, or bread, when kept for long, can go stale. Number 3, fresh. So fresh is new or perfect. We can have fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, or even fresh cake. Just done. Yummy. Number 4, moist. Moist. So moist is the opposite of dry. It's something a little wet. Moist. It is a good quality for food relating to something that is not totally white. For example, when you bake a cake, it could be moist, right? With a little bit of water in it. Or when you bake bread, it should not be dry, it should be moist. Very good. Number 5, crunchy. Crunchy is onomatopoeic. Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. So it is crisp or firm, making a noise when eaten. So you can have crunchy biscuits or crunchy candy as well. This week we're celebrating Candy Week at Hello School Online. Then we have rich. When one type of food is rich, it could be rich in protein, rich in sugar, rich in carbohydrates. So it contains a large amount of something. Butter, sugar, protein, lactose, whatever. For example, we say pasta is rich in carbohydrates, or butter is rich in fats, right? So that is rich. Here we go, another one, soggy, soggy. So soggy is something that has gone too soft because of liquid. So, for example, when you keep your croissants for too long in a bag, in a plastic bag, they go soggy. So they go too soft, like blunt, because they were kept for too long. Then usually bakery becomes soggy, like chewing gum, when you keep them for too long. Let's go for another one. Greasy, greasy. Greasy is something that contains lots of oil or fat, right? For example, if you power, the action verb is to power, right? Power. If you power too much oil in your salad, salad becomes greasy, greasy, too much oil. Or if you deep fry fish, or if you deep fry chicken with a cover outside, sometimes it could become greasy. Yay! Let's go for spicy. This is my personal favorite. So spicy is something that has lots of flavor from spice. So it can have curry or cinnamon or pepper. That's why we call some Thai food or Chinese food or Mexican food that is spicy. Spicy, very good. And then we're moving to dry. Dry is the opposite of moist, right? So remember that we said before, moist, there is a moist cake or moist lasagna. Then the opposite will be totally dry with no liquid, no wet. So it could be a good quality depending on the dish, or not such a good quality when it is too dry. For example, meat shouldn't be too dry. Very good, moving on. We're going for tasty. So tasty is something savory, pleasant. It's not spicy as my favorite Thai food or Mexican food, but still it's tasty. It's got flavor in it. Then typically Mediterranean food, because we use different spice and oil and salt. Typically Mediterranean food and our diet is tasty with a lot of flavor. And finally, we're going for blonde, blonde. So blonde is something boring, not interesting. It is the opposite of savory or tasty. So usually when you're in hospital, they serve you food that is bland. So it lacks of taste, right? When you do not add enough salt in your food, it is somehow bland. Then we're going again, back to top. Savory, remember, number one, savory is something not sweet. So everything that is not sweet is savory. Stale, fresh, moist, a little wet, crunchy, onomatopoeic, rich, very good, soggy, as croissants, as chewing gum, soggy, greasy, contains a lot of oil, spicy, my favorite, Mexican food, dry, the opposite of fresh or moist, tasty, yummy, and the opposite, bland, not as delicious. So that's about it today. Thank you for coming.